Is the Apple Car real? Is it going to be the next big thing for the company, or is it going to flop like many other projects that Apple has created? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Anthony from Money Trees, and today we're going to be looking at everything we know so far about the Apple Car and what that will mean for the company's stock. I am not a financial advisor. I do own Apple stock, but I'm not pushing anyone to buy it. I only want to inform everyone about the company so they can make their own decisions and entertain. The Apple Car project has been talked about for years, as far back as 2014, where news outlets and other individuals were speculating what a self-driving electric vehicle could look like from Apple. Apple has become a lot more interested in innovating in electric vehicles. This makes a lot of sense because automobiles have been moving into that tech industry, such as Tesla. This tech company interest in car is not new either, as they've been working on Apple CarPlay. We do know that they've been hiring a lot of battery engineers and other auto engineers. We also know they've been hiring some automotive executives. An example of this is Doug Beck, a longtime auto industry executive. He moved to Apple from Fiat Chrysler earlier this summer. And even there's been other companies who have also worked on making their own electric cars. On February 4th, though, we received reports that Apple was close to closing a deal with Hyundai, which will help them build their electric cars. I'll play a clip to give us more information.
Apple is in discussions with Hyundai-Kia to build an Apple car, if you will. It'll be a car that will be designed and developed by Apple. It will be built potentially at the Kia plant in West Point, Georgia. That's about 90 miles southwest of Atlanta. They have some available capacity there, and according to our sources, Apple and Hyundai-Kia are close to finalizing an agreement that would have that car built by Hyundai-Kia here in North America. We have reached out to spokespersons for both Apple as well as Hyundai-Kia. Both of them declined to comment on this report, but we have it from multiple authorities that this train is going down the track, Melissa, that Apple will be building an Apple car.
But Apple is Apple, and they would never put all their eggs in one basket. What is interesting, though, is Apple's manufacturer of choice. Hyundai is not really known for luxury vehicles, so it'll be interesting to see what market this Apple car fits into. The other thing to mention is Apple is targeting an American plant for their vehicles, so maybe the initial release will only be in North America. Let us continue this clip and skip ahead a little.
Phil, remind me, is Hyundai-Kia the initial company that was reported and then the deal was allegedly scrapped because they had gone to the press about it, and et cetera, et cetera? Okay.
Yes.
Back on now.
But I should also point out, Melissa, almost everybody that I've talked with on this who is familiar with these discussions has said, don't be surprised if Apple is also in talks or has had talks with other automakers.
Sure.
This is not an exclusive in terms of, hey, this is the only company that we're going to work with. And also, everybody says the same thing is, we've seen this kind of reporting in the past with Apple, and then nothing happens. So at this point, nothing has been finalized, but our sources indicate that they do plan on building an Apple car here in the U.S. and that they are targeting that Kia plant in West Point, Georgia.
As you can see, extensive research, planning, and preparation has been done for this project. Apple is no longer just talking to companies or playing around with the idea. They are trying to lock it in and start pointing this project and moving forward. But the other thing we know that was pointed out at the end of the video, Apple has been talking about this for a while and nothing has really finalized. So hopefully we'll hear more news about the project in the near future and get a little bit more traction. Now we'll turn to another analyst who will give his take on why this project might not be ready for years.
Building a team under the name of Project Titan to examine looking at a car. And I think at the time we believed that that might be a suitable and large market opportunity for Apple. And the fortunes of Project Titan have kind of ebbed and flowed over the last 5 or 6 years. But it does look like Apple is getting more serious and more confident about an ability to potentially deliver a car. But I would caution that many things can change. This is probably still 3 or 4 years away. And Apple's been very close to launching products and services in the past and then has veered off course. So certainly I think the probabilities are increasing. Signing a deal with Hyundai-Kia would be a significant potential step. But it's never over until the product's announced, and that's typically only when it's about to be available.
Again, this project has been talked for a while, and Apple has assembled a team, but they've never really pulled the trigger and finalized anything yet. There isn't really a pseudo product out there that Apple has built that could even be considered road ready. This project is definitely a long-term investment, but could be exciting to see what grows as a new market. We continue.
I think for the most part, we view it very similarly. So this is a very large market. The traditional automotive market is a $1 trillion market, and Apple's $340 billion in revenue this year. So, and perhaps by 2025 it'll be over $400 billion in revenue. So that's one of the big challenges for Apple is how do you find really large markets that can help you continue to grow at a desirable rate? And the car market being $1 trillion market is an attractive market. Now, I think one of the initial concerns from investors was, the car market's not a very attractive market. It's capital intensive. It doesn't have very good margins. But if you think about the markets that Apple has gone into historically, they fit many of those same criteria. Ultimately, the PC business is a notoriously low margin business, and Apple has done well with Mac.
Tony, our analyst, brings up a great point about the traditional automotive business is huge and a nice big market for Apple to stick their fingers into. Their revenue gives them a huge amount of resources, and they have experience in riskier markets with low margins. But I do believe the analyst does miss that Apple's success in the PC market is fine now, but they do miss that they were not very good back in the day and are definitely not a market leader today. No one will probably remember this, but Apple was on the verge of bankruptcy in 1997 before their arch rival Microsoft lent them a hand of $150 million to keep them alive. Companies like Dell, HP, and Microsoft all dominate the PC market a lot more than Apple, even though Apple does dominate the mobile tablet market. While their success in the mobile space has been excellent, the analyst claiming that the bleeding edge success with computers does lack some important details. So what does this mean for Apple, EVs, and other tech companies? First, I think this project is exciting for Apple even with all the risk. There's a lot of money potential, and I personally think Apple does need some much needed diversity in their product lineups. If this project fails, I honestly don't think it would kill the company too much as they have endless amount of resources. I actually do think this is a large risk for Tesla and other EV manufacturers though. Yes, Tesla is ahead and has a lot of innovative technology, but I think by the time this car rolls around, Apple will be able to directly compete with Tesla. I also think the auto manufacturer and tech company combo is a huge for automotive companies and tech companies to compete and catch up with Tesla. It's mutually beneficial for both businesses to expand their markets and grow their market share. The reason why I think these car makers and tech companies would work really well together, there are a lot of competitors who are already welcoming the challenge, and there's a lot of car makers who like the idea too. Elon Musk said, "I certainly hope Apple gets into the car business." And even the CEO of Fiat Chrysler Automobiles said that he was opening to partnering with Apple. I also think tech companies will be able to lead new avenues into automobiles and could lead an arms race as they all look for a new automotive partner. I think if you're an Apple investor, you should be pretty excited to see what Apple is able to build in the next couple of years. If you're investing in an automotive company, you might feel really nervous as they are still stuck in the past, or really optimistic for finding potential new partners. Either way, I think the auto industry moving into the tech industry is very beneficial for both automotive and tech companies. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Comment below what you think the Apple car will come out and what do you think it will look like. Also, let me know if you buy one or not. Do you think other tech companies will follow with Apple and trying to partner with another company and make their own electric cars? Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe for other future videos. Soon, I'll make a video talking about car manufacturers and which ones are poised for a big leap in the future. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.